I want to thank Nissan for helping us. They've partnered with us to get these out and about. We want to thank Drive Electric. Yesterday we were at the mall, the groundbreaking ceremony. Nissan and Drive Electric and Tynan's have partnered with the mall to install level 2 chargers there and a level 3 quick charger there as well. So we're really excited about that. My understanding is they're going to put one out at Centera at that mall as well. So they're going in all over, and it's going to help make electric vehicles be able to drive anywhere, and you're not going to have to worry about being able to stop and get charged up. But I want to make this quick so everybody can get in and eat, okay? Because these go too long usually. But Tynan's thanks you. We want to see electric cars all over. We've got a whole fleet, and I can help you. I can work you a deal as soon as we're done, okay? The Chamber's here, the City of Fort Collins and the City of Loveland are both here, and they've been great partners, and we want to work with them in the future. And I'm going to introduce Ben from Drive Electric. He's the driving force behind getting all this information out. And then we'll let the City of Loveland and the City of Fort Collins maybe cut the cord there.
Cool.
All right?
Great. Thank you guys. I'll make this very brief. We are very lucky to have partners like Tynan's Nissan in our fine cities. We are working to create the nation's first replicable and scalable electric vehicle deployment community where we can accelerate the deployment of electric vehicles. It's critical in reducing our consumption of oil. Right now, 93% of the cars, or 93% of the vehicles on the road require oil to get from point A to point B, and 70% of the oil that we consume in the U.S. is consumed by our transportation sector. So when you look at how do we reduce our oil consumption, electric vehicles represent one of the best scalable alternatives. They're also really smart for consumers because they're going to save a ton of money and they're better for the environment. And so we're very lucky to have partners like Tynan's Nissan to work with, as well as other area dealerships, the City of Fort Collins, City of Loveland, Colorado State University. And Ed talked about being able to drive anywhere in our community. Right now we're roughly, you're about 6 miles from a charger at any given point, and that's largely in part because of the partnerships that we've been able to create. We went from 1 charger a year ago publicly available to now over 16 with many, many more on the horizon. And I think that that's something where if people are walking into Tynan's or any of the other dealerships that has a plug-in vehicle, they can buy with a lot of confidence to know that they're very close to a charge at almost any given point. I'll also say that we're, as part of this, we're helping to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. And in fact, the first thing that we did in the city was to work with Tynan's and Nissan to put the charger in at the Fort Collins Museum of Discovery. So it's kind of cool that we've gone from north to south and are continuing to do that. And it's kind of like we're building our little electric vehicle empire together by putting in the infrastructure, making sure more people are aware of the project. And in fact, last year we got about 650 people behind the wheel of an electric vehicle. And some folks then have turned around through those and through the support of Tynan's and are walking in the door and purchasing or leasing these vehicles. Last thing I'll mention is we, as a region, and through the help of Tynan's, we're actually 42% above the national average for EV sales. And that's a huge statement about our community and the steps forward, and people like Tynan's who are making great commitments to this by putting in DC quick chargers. But that really puts us on a strong path for being a leader in EV deployment around the country. And so I want to thank all of you for helping to make that happen that are here today. We have a lot of events coming up this year, so if you have a friend, a neighbor, a relative who's been thinking about EVs but doesn't really get them, doesn't understand them, thinks they're slow, thinks they aren't going to work, we encourage them to come out to our ride and drives. The next one's going to be actually on March 22nd at the Promenade Shops, where again we'll be working with Tynan's to get people behind the wheel. So.